So, guys, I want you people to listen to what P2B said when he was asked if he's going to free and pardon Nnamdi Kanu if he eventually wins the election in 2027. I'm not going to waste your time. Just listen to what he said. Then when we come back, we'll try to analyze every single thing P2B said about it. Please pay attention to every detail and how he was answering the questions. When we come back, there are a whole lot of things we are going to talk about here. Please do go to subscribe to my channel because we'll be giving you undiluted truth and information here.
Once you get a proof that they did it, they're doing what is wrong. Simple. This is me.
Do you think Nnamdi Kanu's activities or some of these actions were wrong?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes.
If you become president, would you do something different about Nnamdi Kanu's case? You said the man did not do anything.
Everybody.
He cannot be criminalized because
no.
he just spoke.
No. Remember what I said? They're holding a fire now. They said he spoke. I won't do it. I will take them to court. I won't even go outside to arrest anybody. If they're in any country, like they've done with the other man, I will complain to that country and say, these people are destabilizing what we're doing. We follow the law. If the court grants them bail, we'll obey it.
It doesn't matter whether they're Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba.
It doesn't matter where they're coming from. Whether it's Igbo or anything, I will give them due process of the law.
Would you forgive Nnamdi Kanu?
If I take them to the court,
would you grant him clemency?
No. If I follow the process, and that is possible, I will do that. Not just him. The law has to apply, even to me. We must do things according to the rule of law. We cannot stay in a country where court grants people bail. We said no. Court does this. We said no. If court grants you bail, like they've done in El-Rufai, you go home. If I feel we cannot manage it, you can go to your house and we secure your house. There's other people who can hold you on house arrest. But we cannot put you in detention where you don't have access to your family.
Are you able to?
Anyways, from the comment of Mr. P2B, yes, I know he was just trying to be very diplomatic in his answers, but I don't want that particular kind of answer from a leader. To be very honest, they asked him, do you think Nnamdi Kanu committed a crime or another? He said, yes, this and that. No, you don't need to pander to anybody because you want to become the president. What did he do? Because he spoke truth to power, because he said things are, because he said that Nigeria has an Islamization agenda, which is what every other human being is actually seeing. So can you pinpoint where he went wrong or probably where you think probably he did something wrong? Yes, I understand. You said you are going to free him if the law permits you. Which law? The law only holds somebody or can only convict somebody that actually perpetrated or probably committed an offense. Which offense did even the law say that he committed? Because everything he said was his fundamental right of freedom of speech. Everybody has the right to say anything he wants to say. Did you see him with any object of terrorism? This is the question. Did you see him with weapons, bombs, or any form of ammunition or anything? No. So why are you convicting a man just because he held his opinion and probably said what he wanted to say? So to me, the answers to he answered was not really quite satisfactory to me, to be very honest. That's my own take. It wasn't quite satisfactory. We know that Section 175 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, clearly stipulates that the president has the prerogative of mercy, or what we call the prerogative of right, to free anybody he intends to free, whether the person is on trial or probably whether the person has been convicted. So P2B is saying that if he becomes the president by 2027, that if the law is always referring and probably referencing to the law, which law actually? That is why Nnamdi Kanu asked him, Omotosho, show me the law, because there is no law that actually convicts him. There is no law that actually holds him culpable of any offense, anything. Everything that Justice James Omotosho did was because of his personal vendetta and hatred that he has for Mr. Nnamdi Kanu and all that. So to me, I don't think if trying to talk about pity here is even important, because what are you pitying? Sunday Igboho, did anybody pity Sunday Igboho? Or did Sunday Igboho, did the law grant him anything? Sunday Igboho, all the charges that they brought against Sunday Igboho were withdrawn because they never made sense. The same thing goes to other people, but when it comes to the turn of an Igbo man, they say, oh, He must be first convicted by law, then people will now start pardoning him, or probably the president cannot pardon him and all that. No. Clearly tell us what he did. He did nothing, because he spoke up for his people and he exposed the government, or the Fulani government of Muhammadu Buhari and cohorts, and they decided, as a matter of fact, to gang up against him and apprehend him and try to make him look as if he's the culprit here. Meanwhile, he is a victim of the marginalization of the Igbo people. He is a victim. But now they are asking P2B. Well, the answer he gave was not fully satisfactory to me, but I understand that in several occasions, P2B has always spoken that Nnamdi Kanu did nothing, or probably he was going to be, that the Balami Tinubu's government should free him. You can see when he was speaking about bail, remember that the court granted Nnamdi Kanu bail, and instead of the Nigerian federal government to obey that particular court order, they did not. You could imagine that where a court granted Nnamdi Kanu bail, Justice Hanatu from Jos did that in 2023, granted him bail, and instead of the federal government to free him immediately, the federal government refused to obey a court order. So tell me the level of lawlessness that exists in a country that they don't respect court processes, and they don't even respect court orders. They don't do that. So to be very honest, I think it is high time the Igbo stopped being apologetic about the cause for Nnamdi Kanu's release. When the Yorubas were asking for Sunday Igboho to be released, they were not begging. But an Igbo man must not, beg or try to pander this particular northerners just because of an election, or probably because, we want the presidency. No, to hell with the presidency. To hell with the presidency, to be very honest with you, because that has been what they've often used to, even trap down this Mr. P2B. That's why they keep on asking him, what will you do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What are you going to do to make the northerners vote for an Igbo person, apart from this, since the civil war and all that? Why are you bringing it up? Why are you trying to, make the Igbos look as if, we must beg the North? Even though it's the North that is supposed to beg the Igbos for the atrocities that Nigeria as a country, committed against them. So it is high time the Igbos stopped being apologetic about their call for Nnamdi Kanu's release, which is basically and literally the truth. But that's all I have for you guys. Do well to drop your comment, share this particular video, and make it go viral. See you guys later in my next video.